Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Ransix here. I wanted to talk about some advice I wanted to give Jax regarding the most recent episode that came out for the Amazing Digital Circus. I've been watching it for a while, and I will say that Jax is my favorite character, even though a lot of people probably wouldn't agree with that. Um, I see that he's opened up a good bit compared to what he first did. At first, I thought he was like just a joking character all the time, like uh, just to mess around and do a whole bunch of BS. But now that he's really opened up, and I kind of see the way he's thinking on everything, um, I can kind of see some issues from his perspective that he may not be thinking the correct way about going about things. Um, so the problem with what he's doing is, there's no issue with him treating everything like it's a game. They're in the circus, they're doing these little mini games all the time, and everybody can be janky and glitch out and whatever. But there's a time and a place for when this type of stuff needs to happen, when you want to be chaotic and evil and whatnot. It's you don't have to be a dick to everybody. You just have to choose your moments. And some of those moments, I think that he could have chosen to not be an asshole, basically. Um, it's usually better to do that sort of thing when everyone's in on the joke. And the main thing about everybody being in on the joke is if everybody's getting upset all the time when you do things, and then you want to get upset when stuff is done to you, it's kind of like, well, I mean, if you don't like it, why are you doing it to other people? So, um, another thing I noticed was he is kind of really dismissing the human part of him, even though, like, they are technically human. They still have emotions and feelings and whatnot, even though they are video game characters. If they have memories of their past life, then that means they're still human in some way. Um, if you try to bury one side of that, you're not really going to be very truthful to yourself, because then you're going to deny all the emotions that come with being human, and you're not going to want to tap into your emotional side. You're only going to be like, oh, well, nothing matters, and then you'll start being like, Rick and Morty and whatnot. Um, so I think when he buries that human side of him, it is just kind of allowing him to just be a dick to everybody and fall into an archetype and stuff. Um, for example, the reason I kind of empathize with Jax a little bit on wanting to treat everything like a game is, for example, GTA is a very immersive game for me. It's probably one of the most immersive games. Like, I can just get on the game, jump in the car, and just start driving. But at least for me, what I like to mainly do is I'll start up a mission, and the driving part is the most relaxing for me, because I can just get on there, cut on the radio, I listen to Blonded, and I'm just chilling out. But the thing about that is it's immersive because I kind of have free reign. I can kind of do whatever I want, and for some reason, the radio just sounds very realistic. So the added benefit of that is the chaos that happens on the map, and I can get into that chaos. But sometimes I just like to chill out. I don't need to be chaotic and crazy all the time. Even if sometimes you might see me playing some games and I'll act crazy or just silly and whatnot and laughing. But one thing that'll end up happening is, when I'm chilling with my friends on the game and things, we eventually get to a point where we start having deep conversations. This usually happens like later in the nighttime. So we'll get into really deep conversations, and we'll just start talking. And then that's when that driving aspect on GTA kind of really gets tapped into. It's just chill. Like, very chaotic in the day when we're doing missions and we're being stupid and whatnot, but it eventually calms down after a while. you don't need to be chaotic all the time. When everybody's in on it, it gets really fun. And I think Jax would have more fun if people were in on what he was doing instead of, I guess arguing about it. Like, everybody wants to hold on to their human side, and Jax doesn't want to, so he's not in on what they're doing. So that disconnect that he's having with them, he wants them to fall into what he wants, but he doesn't realize that he can't do that, or at least he can't do it all the time. But usually if, for example, we get on GTA, if I want to blow up some of my friends, I'll do it like once or twice, and we might get into a fighting match, but after that it just kind of stops. Like, we're not gonna hunt each other down forever. And granted, I will give it to them, they have the added complexity of the Digital Circus concerning that they've lost their memories and they're actually like in the game themselves, like on some SAO shit. And I don't know, but if they can't sleep and they have other things that they do other than just doing Kane's games and not doing anything, I mean, I could imagine that they're maybe talking like outside of when we view the episodes, but nor here nor there. I don't know anything too much about that. I'll let the creators handle that. But no, I see where Jax is coming from, but I think he's just taking it too far and he's not listening to anybody. But my main advice to Jax would be, it's fine to have fun in the game, but you need to learn how to communicate with everybody and see what their threshold is. If you don't know what people's thresholds are, then you're gonna be crossing lines that you don't, it's not that you're not willing to cross them, it's just not everybody is receiving of the same treatment. It's like, for example, with Gangle, there's that one thing where he was like ladies first, and then he tried to walk past and then he pushed her over. It's funny objectively, but it's like dude, like, you didn't, that's really mean if you did that in real life. But if it's in the game, yes, it's funny, but Gangle doesn't see it that way, and that's the main issue. He's doing that to her, but she's not in on the joke. If it was like a equal parts thing and like Gangle did something to him one day and he took it as a joke and they were kind of joking around back and forth, it'd be fine. But Gangle's not in on the joke. That's the main problem. And I think Jax is just trying to fall too much into an archetype. So, Jax, there's a time and place for the chaos that you love, but you gotta give it a rest sometimes, man. There needs to be like a resting period when you're not like that. You don't need to put on a mask for everybody. Everybody's going through the same shit. There's nothing wrong with falling into an archetype, but you need to understand that that isn't all you are. You don't need to be that egg fetus thing that needs to be cracked open. You just need to stop being a dickhead all the time, and it's, you just take that, then you'll be fine. But besides that, if you guys enjoyed this video, I don't usually do these types of videos a lot, but I felt like putting this together real quick because I kind of empathize with Jax and the sort of dilemma that he's going through in his head. I kind of wish that maybe he'll have some sort of breakthrough. I think maybe story-wise, I think I heard there's supposed to be someone supposed to abstract. If somebody did abstract, I do think it would be Jax, but we'll see what happens. But now, at first I thought it might have been Ragatha, but not really. So Ragatha's never really gone over the edge almost. So far we've only seen Jax get to that point, and even Gangle was almost there, sort of. But now Gangle has Zooble, and I guess Zooble wants sex or something, and then Ragatha wants a connection, but she needs to work on herself, which is fine. And maybe I'll make a video for Ragatha later on, because I actually liked how Ragatha's character was built in that moment. Like, she wants to do everything for everybody but doesn't take care of herself. And I'm glad that they're all doing good and Pomni's kind of learning to lean into other parts of herself instead of just being like here. And hopefully, if Jax doesn't abstract, maybe he'll realize, hey, maybe I don't need to be a dickhead all the time. I can have my fun and break the game and just do whatever. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, watch my other videos, watch me act stupid, and catch my live streams on Twitch, TikTok. I'll be doing TikTok. I'll be doing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Hopefully, I'll keep up that schedule. If a video does not come out for a minute, just know that it'll be coming back. I've just been on the grind for a while. So it was nice talking to you guys. Hope to see some of y'all in the comments. Peace out.